Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to Idea Diary. So I'm back. I am using the Rode Podcaster. I'm back with the mic. So last episode I tested out using the headphones on my iPhone and trying to record into my iPhone directly instead of I'm recording my audio into GarageBand on my laptop and I'm filming the visual with my camera. So yesterday I tested out using the iPhone for audio only and it was not great. I don't know, I could hear the mic bustling around, which I guess maybe happens when you use a lavalier type of thing on your shirt or your body, you kind of get that rustling sound. But it wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't have a crispness that this seems to have. I don't know if this sounds super professional or not, or podcast worthy, but it's definitely better. So, and we're going with whatever, we're starting with whatever we have to get it done, because done is better than perfect, because, if you wait until things are perfect, sometimes you never get a chance to do things. So I'm on the 5th episode, I think, of this show, and it's not great. I feel very, it just, it's not easy. It's not great. However, I definitely, if you go look at a lot of people's first YouTube videos or first movies they made or first podcasts that they did, first anything that they did, it's never that impressive. So, just going to get through it. Some of the things I heard a few interviews with what is her name? Julie Cameron, I believe, The Artist's Way author. Let me double check that is her name. So she did a Russell Brand show in the podcast Control Alt Delete. She did an episode with her. I don't know the name of the person that does Control Alt Delete. I kind of found that podcast through a different way. I'll talk about that later. But so Julie Cameron, she did write The Artist's Way. She was married to Martin Scorsese. That was her first husband. I don't know if she was his first wife. But she was married to Scorsese when he wasn't famous, but he was a filmmaker. And she said his parents funded all his early films, so that he had very supportive parents. And I think that's kind of her, she's big into that. So, because I guess artists, we're treated like we're broke, or we have problems or addictions or whatever it is. Usually when somebody, when you tell your parents you want to be a actor or something like that, they kind of worry. Some parents. So I've never read The Artist's Way, and I think I'm going to do that. So, probably check it out at the library. I have 2 books that I'm reading from the library right now. So, hopefully, I start a lot of books and I never finish them. But hopefully, these 2 I'm going to finish, and I'm going to talk about them on an episode. So, I'm I love audiobooks, but I'm not to the point where I want an audiobook subscription. If the audiobook isn't available for free inside the library system, it's called Hoopla Digital. I'll just check out the book and I'll try to read it myself. I'm not into buying books because I think a lot of people are in the same boat of you just don't want more stuff. And the last book I purchased was The Latte Factor, and I read it and then I gave it to one of my little family members that's 18 and was getting her own apartment. So I think if you buy a book, pass it along to someone that you hope reads it, but probably won't because it's a book someone gave them. I think that's cool. But usually if I don't know whether I'm going to like it or not, I just use the library. I'm big into the library. So, what else? Somebody talked about TikTok for business today on LinkedIn. So I tested TikTok. I tested it out for business, and it was instantly obvious how much better the reach is to be discovered by a stranger than Facebook or Instagram. I feel like, and this was about in January, before the world fell apart. So I was going to definitely double down on TikTok and do it. I think the minute video is pretty, if you can get your message down or something important you want to say down to a 1 minute and it works and it connects to somebody, I think it's amazing. So, and the people, when this COVID thing happened and the quarantine stuff, I sort of just went off social media. I don't know. Something has changed and I cannot figure it out exactly. I think about it every day. Definitely in June, I did a full no social media. I didn't even do news. I was just focused on anything happy. So I did all comedy, music. I was trying to just fully listen to music only for an entire month, but that's pretty hard. So you need some breaks from just constant music. So I would do music, documentaries, and comedy. And then now I feel kind of healthier, more positive. There's just a lot going on in the world, and I just needed to go back to my roots of what did it feel like to not live with the internet? What did it feel like to have tons of time just to, when I was young, I had 1 million CDs, and I knew every track number and every song, what song was on each track number. I just had so much knowledge. I had time to read books. I had time to read philosophy. I had time to do, and still go to school and not learn anything, and still had time to hang out with friends and do whatever it is that I did. So I'm trying to get back to that feeling of time is just so long. When you're a kid and you're thinking the summer, it takes so long to get to summer. And then when you're in the summer is so long. And then when you're back in school, that semester is so long, So I'm trying to figure out, how do you get that feeling again? And I guess it might have something to do with responsibilities, but I don't feel stressed out. I don't know. I'm just trying to connect the dots of, I want my 13-year-old brain back. So, yeah. I think, okay, so we're 10 minutes into this show. I don't know if that does that feel weird talking about that? So yeah, I'm trying to keep these at 15 minutes. The show before yesterday totally went off. I didn't even realize it. And now the show yesterday, I was like watching the clock, so I was doing that. So we're at 10 minutes in. It kind of feels like it just started, but I feel like the 15-minute mark is good for me, at least for right now. When I was thinking about the TikTok thing, like the one thing that I thought I needed to maybe discuss with you guys, if somebody has any clue, but I'm starting to think of social media for business reasons in a totally different way, because something is different and I want to capture what's important and what's valuable to people's lives. And I feel today I kind of had a realization. It's like, you don't have to be, I always kind of knew it's like you can just pick one platform and be good at that. You don't have to be on all of the platforms. If you just want to be good at YouTube, just do that. If you want to just be good at Instagram, just do that. If you just want to be good at Facebook, just do that. If you just want to be great at TikTok, just do that. If you just want to be great on LinkedIn, just do that. But, it's good to at least have a presence on all platforms. I think that makes people feel comfortable that you're kind of there, even if it's not. I guess some people care about followers and view counts and all that stuff. That needs to be high if you're sort of trustworthy. I don't know. But I think the new thing for social media to me, if you don't want to be on it, don't be. It's not the end of the world. And if you don't want to market yourself, if that feels weird, don't. Just figure out what is fun and what is valuable to yourself and put that out there. Like, is this show valuable to anybody? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like how it could be. I'm going for inspiration because I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to be a coach. I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to be a guru. I just want to have fun and inspire and have some excitement to the day, So, I don't know. Just think about that. If you want to quit social media, do it. If you just want to be on one, just pick one. If you kind of want to have your platforms and kind of hovering and just kind of being there, make them static in a way that still feels, feels good to you. It might feel good to somebody that's wants to follow you on there and discover you. But if you, like, for example, I've never been big on Twitter. I've never logged in to see what people are tweeting unless it's something super crazy that, someone in the news is talking about this person tweeted this and it's whatever. I might go and check out what that newsworthy tweet was about. Other than that, I've never really gone on it. I see the value in it, especially if you're a comedian. It seems like a really fun place to tell quick jokes. But other than that, I never got it. So anyway, so my Twitter, now I'm kind of I've made it a TV guide. So it's just, I'm trying to watch a film a day. So, and I like movies, older movies, not 100% of the time, but if I'm going to watch a movie, 95% of the time I want to watch something that was done before 1965. So, and this whole watching movie thing is new for me because I haven't really stopped I don't watch TV shows. I don't really watch movies unless I'm going to the movies. That's the only time I really stop and take a break in that way. But I'm watching old movies for a reason, for my own reasons, to kind of learn different stuff. But yeah, so now I've turned my Twitter into my own little TV guide of the movies that I'm watching for free on YouTube because I don't have Netflix. I don't have Hulu. I don't have any of that. So I pretty much, a YouTube watcher person. So yeah, so just for example, and I feel like somebody somewhere might find that valuable and they might follow me because I'm posting links to free vintage movies to watch. And that's totally 100% just something that's unique to me, something that I enjoy, and it's useful to me, So I don't know. I'm trying to think, maybe if you have a social media, even if it's for a business, if it's useful to you, maybe that's what we should be focusing on right now. And maybe this time next year it feels different and it goes back to making it valuable for someone else. I don't know, but this is kind of the thoughts of the day on the social media problem, on what do we do now? Because it feels weird to market yourself when there's so much pain going on at so many different levels. So I guess that's it. I'm going to wrap up the show, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you are checking this out, I really appreciate you. And I don't know how to end the show yet, so I'm just going to play the music.